Hello and welcome to Maths with Jacob. This lesson will focus on displacement. In this lesson we will explain the term displacement by using the following example. Consider the container of water on the left. When the object is placed in the water, the level of water rises. This can be seen in the container on the right. The amount of water that rises above the original level has been displaced, hence the term displacement. So, in simple terms, the object takes the place of the water between the old level and the new level. So, here is the old level here, and here is the new level there. And that water there is the displaced water. That rock took the place of that water. Displacement and volume. The action of displacement is an excellent way of finding the volume of irregular objects. In order to do that accurately, the object must be totally submerged. Example 1. An object is placed in a container of water. The container has markings on it to indicate how much water is in it. The new water level to the right helps us to find out the volume of the submerged object. So here's the original level of water here, and this is the new level, and you work out the increase, and that helps you find the volume of the object. We'll see that more in detail later in the video. Example 2, the displacement rule. A completely submerged object always displaces a volume of liquid equal to its own volume. Place a stone in a container that is brim full of water, and the amount of water overflow equals the volume of the stone. That means that brimful means the water is right up to the brim. You put the object in, hence the water has to overflow into this container here. When the displaced water is poured into the jug, so that is when that water there is poured into this jug, the volume of the object can be calculated because you've got markings on the jug. I will give an example of that on the next slide. Partially submerged objects. A partially submerged object displaces an amount of water equal to the volume of the submerged part only. So this part here, just the part that's under the water, right, that one there, of course you had a mark, just pretend you had a mark here for the original container where it had the water. When this object is submerged, and it's only that part that's submerged, see how the water rises? So only that part there is underwater. So that water there, from that level to this new level, that will tell you the volume of the submerged part only. Partially submerged iceberg. Partially submerged icebergs are common around Antarctica, for example. So icebergs do not sink. Excuse me, they actually float. And partially submerged means that this part here, for example from there to there, that's the part that's underwater. So that's what we mean by partially submerged. And there's an example in real life. Converting an amount of water to volume. Example 1. The steel ball above displaces 40 millilitres of water. What is the volume of the ball? So just pretend that this container here has markings on it, and let's say the original level was there, and then it rises to there, and when you look at the markings, you will see that the water rises by 40 millilitres. So how do we use that to find the volume? This is the answer. Since 1 millilitre of water occupies 1 cubic centimetre, the volume of the ball is 40 cubic centimetres. So that's a very easy way of finding the volume of submerged objects by using water. Example 2. How do we find the difference in volume for the following two marbles? You can see that this marble is larger and that's a smaller one. What's the difference in their volume? Well, this is how we do it. Submerge the larger marble and find the amount of water displaced. So when you put this large marble in there, note how much the water rises. Take it out and do the same for the smaller marble. So take the large marble out, then put the small marble in and work out how much it rose. Subtract the two amounts to find the difference in volume. So it's very straightforward, and the important thing to remember is 1 millilitre of water has a volume of 1 cubic centimetre. So this has been a very interesting video on displacement, and we've seen how to find the volume of an object when we submerge it in water.